down on a sitting pillow or grab some books and sit down on the floor or sit down in a chair and get along from your hips to your head. Get along from your hips to your head. And we are back in action here. We are back in action here going for a full 2-hour yoga lesson. And of course, if you like, you can join in just for 1 hour. If you feel like, okay, you know what, I had enough, of course, you're free to leave at any point in time. That's the beauty of the online yoga lessons, right? So, I need to quickly grab my clock here. And we're going to start. We're going to start right here, right now, finding a wonderful sit. And tomorrow we are back again in the morning, 6:30 a.m. GMT +1. And maybe you could also do it 6 a.m. GMT +1. But 6:30 is all right, I think. 6:30 is all right. Let's leave it at that at the moment. We may maybe change it up in a little. So let's start. Let's start the timer. Welcome in. How does your body feel today, listening to your body? Feel how your feet are connected to the floor. Feel how they're rooted to the floor. Get long from your hips to your head. Don't know why this is here right now. Maybe I should quickly go and grab something to drink. I will do that in a moment. So feel the length from your hips to your head. Feel how your feet are rooted to the floor. And sit up tall, bring your shoulders a little bit back. How does your body feel? Good. Finding a comfortable sit for yourself wherever you are today. Hey Humis, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, dear friend. Welcome in. Bring your arms by your sides and lift your arms up by your sides. Get long from your hips to your head. Get long from your hips to your fingers. Breathing out, releasing. Sorry for my voice. I'm going to drink something in a moment. I don't have anything here to drink. It should be better then. Get long, lift your arms up by your sides, breathing. And how are you doing, Humis? Breathing out, releasing your arms down by your side. How is your project going here on Twitch? Bring your arms up by your sides. Breathing in deep into your belly, into your chest. Reach up from your hips to the fingers. Feeling the length and breathing out, releasing. And from here, bring your hands to your thighs and start to move your hands forward and backward on your thighs. Feeling how the palms are connected with your thighs. How does that feel? Can you do that? Can you have your hands connected to your thighs? Move them front and back. The first time I did this, it felt very uncomfortable for me. Can you do that? And from there, I'll invite you to bring your shoulders together with your arms forward and upward, backward and down. And again, we're connecting the hands to your thighs, and we're also listening with your thighs, not just with your palms, not just feeling with your palms as we usually do. Try to feel with your thighs as well. What's going on at your thighs? Good. I'm quickly going to grab something to drink. I'll be right back. Just 5, let's say 10 seconds. I'll be fast. Good. Good. I'm back. And still, we're still moving moving forward and backward with your hands. Feel how your shoulders are feeling without like pressing too much, without going too far, but really feel where you can go and it feels comfortable. Make it feel comfortable. Good. And from here, bring your right hand to your right, and we're leaning to the right. Bring your left hand next to your ear and reach toward the right. Your head, you can kind of like tuck in your chin a little bit, engage your belly, and then breathing out. Releasing to the other side and breathing in, leaning to the left. You also can do that in a chair, no problem if you have a chair that kind of like supports that position a little bit, right? Good. Leaning to right. Keeping both hips connected to the floor, both sitting bones connected to the floor. And then go over to the side. Good job, everybody. And from here, come to our fingertips. So you're coming and putting the right fingertips down on the floor. Feel how your left sitting bone is rooted to the floor and get long to the top of the fingers. Keeping your right side long, keeping your left side long. Bring your shoulder blades onto the back again a little bit. Tuck your chin in. Get long from your left sitting bone to the top of the left hand. Again, if you have any kind of requests in here, this is a live yoga session. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, it's recorded. But if you have any requests here in the live yoga sessions, feel free to write in the comments if you like to do something in particular. And then bring your left fingers to your left, and then bring your right arm up, getting long from your right. Getting long through your right side without rounding something from your right sitting bone to the top of the right fingers. Get long, long, long. Good job, everybody. You're doing good. This is difficult. The first times you're doing this, you don't exactly know, okay, what's going on with my body? What do I need to do exactly? And that's part of the practice, right? So, the left side is long. The right side is long as well, even a little bit longer, right? But we are not rounding like that as before. You see that? Good job. And we're changing one more time, each side one more time. Get long from your left sitting bone to the top of the left hand. Bring your shoulder blades a little bit to the back. Tuck your chin in. Great job. And then change. Feeling the length from your right sitting bone to the top of your right hand. Good. And release. Good job. Bring your hands forward. Bring your hands forward and up. Fingers are vertical here. Now these are some movements that you can do to really relieve some tension in your fingers. Maybe you're a gamer, right? So bring your thumb up and then bring your thumb in. Thumb up and in. Thumb up and in. How does that feel? Good. And from there we start to circle your thumb forward, connecting to what your right arm does, connecting to what your left arm does, and comparing these two arms to each other, right? These are your arms. There's no harm in like comparing them on like, hey, what's going on? What am I doing here? How do my fingers move? How do my arms move? How do my elbows and shoulders move? Good job, everybody. And then circle into the other direction. Good. How does that feel? Great job. And from there, shake your wrists out, your elbows, your shoulders. Relax for a moment, bring your hands up again. We're making fists here. Move your wrists up and down. Again, fingers are vertical here. Then make fists and move your wrists up and down. Good job, everybody. How does that feel? And from here, optional, you can bring your thumb in between your hand and grab around with your hands, with your fingers. And then move up and down again, up and down. Good job. And from here, shake your wrists out again, your elbows, your shoulders. Good. And then bring your right thumb up. Turn your right thumb to the outside. Fingers are pointing down. Let your fingers point down. And grab with your other hand from below to your thumb and push out from your shoulders. Good. Fingers are pointing down. If at any point you don't understand something, please tell me. We can go over it. Breathing in deep into your belly, into your chest. Breathing out. And release. Shake your wrists out, your elbows, your shoulders. Then bring your other hand up. Thumb points up, turn it to the outside. Fingers are pointing down. Grab on from below with your right hand and push out from the shoulders. Fingers are pointing down. Breathing in deep. I really like it that today we have a little bit longer time, so I'm not in any kind of hurry and like progressing through the yoga lesson quick. No, I can't. I'm not sure who's calling me. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Shake your wrists out, your elbows, your shoulders. And bring your right hand. Yeah, now let's do it one more time. I don't know why I feel drawn to it. Just bring your right hand to your right. We're leaning one more time to the right. See if there's a difference right now as we're doing it at the same time. Same thing again. Engage your belly, tuck your chin in a little bit, and see if you can maybe go a little bit deeper. Having your hips, your sitting bones still connected to the floor. Good. And release, come up again. Good job, everybody. Let's go into all fours right now. Let's come into all fours, and I invite you to come slowly. Transition slowly between yoga poses, because transitioning slowly in yoga is very much important. It's half of yoga, at least in my opinion. It's half of yoga to see how you're moving in between the poses. Yeah, let's go there. Bring your shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees, and start to arch up from your lower spine up. And then rounding down, chin to chest. Arching up, from the lower spine up. And chin to chest, rounding down. From your lower spine up, vertebra by vertebra, breathing in deep. This is cat-cow, probably you know it. It's a thing that, it's like a very yoga pose that a lot of yoga teachers are teaching again and again, and it can be very, very deep. Especially if you're really connecting to every vertebra moving, right? Every vertebra moving up, and then chin to chest, every vertebra slowly down. Good job. And let's come back into the middle. Let's come back into the middle, and from here, let's release our chest down, bringing your shoulder blades onto the back together. Can you do that? So we're just doing a movement in the chest in the shoulders right now. So we're releasing the chest down, bringing the shoulder blades onto the back together, and then we're pushing out of your shoulder sockets. So the shoulder sockets are leaving the shoulders are leaving the shoulder socket, and we're pushing away. Bring the chest further up, and then we let the chest sink down again. Can you do that? Can you isolate the movement and just your shoulders, just your chest moving? And this really helps you to understand, like, oh yeah, there's like this shoulder positioning going on. Where are my shoulders at, right? Are they to the front or to the back? And this is very much crucial. It's very much a detail, but it's very crucial in day-to-day life. Good. We're going to explain a little bit more about that today, I think. So sit back over your heels And before we go any further, let's investigate the mounts of the fingers here. So the mounts of, just keep where you are. You can tuck or untuck your feet. And bring the mounts of the fingers together and release the fingers down, release the wrist down. Again, the mounts of the fingers are where the fingers are connected, right? Bring them together and push in. If that doesn't work out for you, just think about like pushing the mounts of the fingers together. Work your way there slowly. No need to overly push there right now if it's physically not possible for you. So again, connecting the hands together, and we're pushing in through the mounts of the fingers. Through the fingers, you can claw your fingers a little bit, and pushing in through the wrist. If anything is unclear, please tell me in the chat. Good job. And then release again. And pushing in, and releasing. Pushing in through the mounts of the fingers, through your wrists, clawing your fingers, and releasing. How does that feel? Good job. And then release, shake your wrists out, your elbows, your shoulders. And right now, why are we doing this? We're doing this to protect our wrist. And if you only take this away from this yoga lesson, take that away. When we have the hands connected to the mat, make sure you have the mounts of the fingers. You have the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor. Make sure that's the case. Good. Hope you can see it here. So there's no space in between the index finger mount and the mat or the floor, wherever you're practicing. So bring your hands forward. Bring your hands forward. Push into the mounts of the fingers. Tuck your toes in and push your hips up into the sky. Pushing into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Walking your heels up and down here. How does that feel? You can also come more into a plank position. There's no need of like you going too much in a downward facing dog position of like hips into the sky, of butt into the sky. But you can also come and lessen that and come more into a plank / downward facing dog. So come with your shoulders a little bit forward. Pushing into the mounts of the fingers is important, so the index finger mount is connected with the floor. Good job. And walk your heels up and down here, seeing how that feels. Good job. And then release your knees. Bring your knees to the sides, big toes together. You can untuck your toes. And we're coming into child's pose. So what are we doing? Again, knees apart, big toes together, and we're reaching forward. If you wear any kind of belt, any kind of waist restriction, release that. Open up your pants, whatever, and then release forward, release your body down. Feel how your body is connected to the floor. Bring your arms a little bit by your sides, shoulders away from your ears, breathing in deep into your belly, into your chest. Kind of stretch going on, honoring that stretch, honoring wherever you are. Know that you are doing just great for yourself right now. Taking care of your body today. Good job. And from here, slowly come up again. Bring your hands forward, push into the mounts of the fingers. Claw your fingers, spread your fingers. Good. And then tuck your toes in, shift your hips up into the sky, look between your wrists and start to walk forward and up. Slowly. Walking forward and up until we're in a forward fold. Good job, everybody. You can do that, I believe. And from here, what we want to do in this forward fold, we want to shift, no matter how much your knees are bent here, we want to shift our hips over your heels as good as you can. So we have a lot of weight over the toes. Great job, everybody. Keep it up. Keep it up. You can do that. And release your head forward. Now from here, nod your head a little bit front and back. Great. How does that feel? Then bend your knees, bring your hands to your hips, elbows pointing upward. And stand up with a straight back. Bring your hands up into the sky, reaching up, and slight back bend here. Bring your hands in front of your heart together. How does your body feel today? And just release your arms, your legs, shake them a little, come into the middle of your space. We're going to do some sun salutations in a bit, but beforehand, so sun salutations is a sequence of movements that is very, very, very important in yoga to know in one way. There are, of course, different ways of doing it. However, we're just doing the way I know, right? Good. And from here, bring your feet hip width apart and start to jump out of the knees. Release your shoulders and release your neck. And of course, I know different ways, but release your shoulders and your neck. Jumping out of the knees. How does that feel? This is very much an underrated exercise and may look stupid, but it really lets you connect to your thigh muscles, to what kind of muscles are holding the balance here, and what kind of muscles can you release when you're jumping like that. And really try to release your shoulders a lot. Feel like your shoulders are jumping as you're just doing this motion out from the knees. Feel how your shoulders are jumping up and down. And also release your neck. Let your neck jump. Of course, if there's any kind of pain going on in your body, listen to that teacher that is called pain. And listen to that deeply and stop doing what you're doing and maybe try another day again. It's very important that you start listening to pain. Start to jump out of the heels. Reconnecting the heels to the floor. Absorbing the hit with your shoulders and your neck, with your, not just with your shoulders and your neck, but also with your knees. Good job. And from there, if you like to intensify, jump out of the toes and reconnect with the toes and the heels to the floor. Good job. And a teacher of mine told me that he did this like for a half an hour with another teacher of him, right? And yeah, I tried it too, and it really does something to you. It really starts to feel like something's going on in your body if you're doing it for that long, and slowly come back. And it really starts to maybe feel uncomfortable, or maybe there starts to some pain starts to be manifested, or some pain starts to become aware in your body because you're just not used to doing that. And that activates a lot of different things going on in your body. And yeah, it's interesting, right? So we're here to explore what's going on with our body if you're doing certain kind of movements. And another certain kind of movement is the shoulder movement, which is so interesting and so important to understand. So bring your arms by your sides, just a little bit apart, and turn your thumb to the back. So what's happening? Turning the thumb, we're kind of like opening up as you would like to hug somebody, right? Turning the thumbs to the back. And what's happening is that the shoulder blades are coming onto the back together. How does that feel? Rest here for a moment as you're doing that. How does that feel? What does in your body go on right now? And then turn your thumbs forward, and now it's kind of like we're closing. Like this, we can't hug anybody, right? So we're closing. Our shoulders are coming forward. How does that feel? How do you feel in this position? In which position do you feel more comfortable? In this position or in the other one? So let's do it one more time each side. Turn your hands around, bring your shoulders onto the back together, right? How does it feel here? Really just observing what's going on in your body and in your mind. What's going on, right? Turn your hands around. And see what's going on in your body and mind. What's going on? How do you feel? And release again. Shake your wrists. Now, I'm not telling you right now what you should feel, but I'm going to tell you that it has to do with being open, being receiving, and being closed and being protective. Like this, you see, I have my shoulders under the back together, and I have my hands here. This is like a gesture that a lot of women are doing when they are really, really scared or like shocked, or maybe even men, I don't know, and maybe are afraid, and they're kind of like making them smaller than they are, right? Does that make sense? Good. Shake your legs out, shake your arms, and before we go any further, so this is just like a little bit of an explanation there, and here here we're tuning into the body and mind connection, seeing that body and mind are one, seeing that when you're doing a certain position in your body, it affects the mind. Seeing that if you're thinking about something deeply and you're really connecting to that maybe positive thing, it affects the body. And creating a loop that will be smaller and smaller until it kind of like completely dissolves, which would be amazing if you could go there, right? Bend your knees, push your butt out, and slowly letting yourself down, breathing out. Breathe, lifting halfway. Come to the front of your mat if you're not there already. Then breathing out, folding forward, placing your hands on the mat, pushing into the mounts of the fingers, clawing your fingers a lot, stepping back. Shifting your hips up into the sky, pushing into the mounts of the fingers, clawing your fingers. Good. You can also bend your knees. What you don't want to do in downward facing dog is hyperflexibility in the shoulders. So we don't want to push through the shoulders to the floor, but rather keep it straight from the arm to the hips and find more space in your lower spine. Bend your knees, find more space in your lower spine. And from there, shift yourself forward into a plank position. If you want to lower your knees down, do that. Otherwise, keep them up and come forward and down. Elbows close to your body. Then release your hips down, release your body down. Good job. Push your feet into the ground, knees into the ground, and think forward and up as you're lifting yourself forward and up. Good. And just this little tiny bit, forward and up. We're using the belly muscles here. We're using our upper body muscles here to lift up, and our head is in line with the spine. We're not bringing the head up like this. It's super uncomfortable, but we're having the head in line with the spine, so it's looking maybe 45 degrees or 30 degrees down to the floor. Good. And then pushing more into your hands, give more weight in your hands, shift yourself up over the knees or directly up, tucking your toes in and shifting yourself back into downward facing dog, pushing the butt up into the sky, then looking between your wrists and starting to walk forward slowly, slowly, slowly. Bend your knees, bring your hands straight back, bring your arms up into the sky and slide back bend. Engage your belly. Breathing out, folding forward. Breathing in, lifting halfway. Breathing out, falling forward, place your hands down on the floor, push into the mountain of the fingers, claw your fingers, stepping back, downward facing dog, push your butt up into the sky, push into the mounts of the fingers. Great job, bend your knees a little, right? And then come forward and down. Again, either knees down on the floor or leave your knees up. Come forward and down. Elbows close to your body. 90 degrees with your elbows. Then release your hips down, release your body down. Great job. Push your feet into the ground, knees into the ground. Draw the belly in and up. And think forward and up as you're going deeper right now. We're pulling with our hands forward and up. Your head is in line with the spine. You can bring your shoulder blades a little bit onto the back. You're looking straight forward. Push into the knees, push into the feet. Draw the belly in and up, good. And shift yourself back, downward facing dog. From here, breathing in deep. Look between your wrists and start to walk forward and up. Breathing out. Bending your knees, bring your hands to your hips, elbows. Lifting up with a straight back, bring your hands up into the sky. Breathing out, falling forward. Last time. Lifting up halfway. Get long from your hips to your head. Breathing out, falling forward. Place your hands down. Stepping or tapping back. Downward facing dog. Breathing in deep. Coming forward and down. Breathing out. Breathing in, lifting forward and up. Breathing out, shifting yourself back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, looking forward between your wrists, and breathing out, start to walk forward. Breathing in, lifting yourself. And bring your hands in front of your heart together. How does your body feel? Good job. Release your hands, shake your wrists, shake your legs. Good job, everybody. This was some sun salutations, some sun greetings, right? Hope you enjoyed them. And right now, let's go to something else. Oh yeah, we wanted to do inversions today. Of course, let's go there. And first of all, we need to warm up our hands a little bit more, our wrists. So I hope you're in for that. So inversions mean like coming upside down, right? I shouldn't write inversions into the title. I should write upside down in the title. That makes much more sense to a lot of people, I think. Let's come down to the floor again. Bring your hands to the floor. Come into all fours. Good job. Bring your shoulders, lower your wrists, hips over the knees, and we're turning just our right hand right now to the outside of the mat. Index finger points to the outside of the mat and move a little bit left and right here. Really taking care of our wrist here. Again, you want to have the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor if that's possible for you. Index finger points to the back, to the knee. Move front and back. Index finger points to your other hand. Move left and right. Good job. We're just warming up our hands a little bit more before we going into other exercises. And then turn your whole hand around. Index finger points around again to your knee and move front and back. Give there some weight over your wrist. Not all the weight, but give there some weight over your wrist. Good job, everybody. And index finger points to your other hand. Move left and right. Index finger points forward. Move front and back. Index finger points to the outside of the mat. Move left and right. Good job. How does that feel? Amazing. Shake your wrists out. And we're doing the other side, other arm. Feeling how your wrist feels on your right side right now, comparing it to your left side. And now we're doing the other side. So other hand, Index finger points to the outside of the mat. Move left and right with your chest, with your body. Good. Then index finger points to your knees, move front and back. Index finger points to your other hand, move left and right. Good job. Keep it up. You got this. Turn your hand around. Index finger points to your knees and move front and back. Yeah. Index finger points to the outside of the mat, move left and right. Index finger points to your other hand, move left and right here. And, oh, forgot the forward, right? Index finger points forward, move front and back. Good. And release. Come over your knees, shake both hands out. So sit over your heels, not over your knees. Tuck your toes in or untuck them as however they feel more comfortable, right? Good job, everybody. Doing fabulous, everybody. Doing fabulous in here. Good job. How do your wrists feel? How do your elbows, your shoulders feel? And we're coming into wrist push-ups. Are you ready? So bring your hands a little bit closer to your knees right now. And you're pushing up from the mounts of the fingers. You're having the shoulders over your wrists, and we're pushing up from the mounts of the fingers, releasing down again. And we really want to not lift with our hips like this, right? Not doing this, but we're really shifting the weight over to your wrists and then lifting up with our hands. Good, with our mounts of the fingers, pushing up and down. And we're going for a round of 10 right now. Let's go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then release again. And what you should start to feel if you're doing that correctly is a certain kind of like burning or a tension in your lower arm. Not really burning, but a certain kind of tension in your lower arm. Then you know, oh, you're doing it correct. If it's too easy for you, you can go further. If it's too intensive, you can go even closer to your knees. So again, we're pushing into the mounts of the fingers. We're shifting the weight over your wrists, and we're pushing up from the mounts of the fingers up and down. Good. Another 10 here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Shake your wrist out. Feel how your arms are feeling. And then, if you're ready, let's go for another 20. If that was already too much for you, all right. If you don't exactly know how to do it, don't overdo it, rather try again another day or ask me, right? Pushing through the mounts of the fingers, and we push the wrist up, good, and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, shake your wrists out. Shake your elbows, shake your shoulders. Good. Yeah. How does it feel? How do your wrists feel right now? We're slowly standing up here. So stand up slowly, no need to hurry. Ooh, how are you standing up right now? In your space. Bring your feet apart to the short end of your mat if you have a mat. The second toes are pointing forward, so from your ankles to your second toe, we're kind of like drawing two parallel lines. Bring your arms by your sides and measure the distance with your wrists. The wrist should be over your heels approximately, over your ankles approximately, right? Good job. And from here, we're pushing the butt out to the back, and we're leaning forward. Keep your knees engaged, keep your thighs engaged. Good. You're slowly rounding down. So first of all, you can stay up here wherever you are, where you have a straight back. And again, you can check if you're having a straight back with one arm on your lower spine. If you're feeling that vertebrae are pushing out, this means you're rounding your back. You can also round your back and feel the vertebrae pushing out, right? Then come up there and have a straight back. Good job. Get long from your hips to your head, and then slowly round down. Slowly round down. You're doing amazing. Placing your hands, I recommend off the mat, if that's possible, on some hard ground. Otherwise, on the mat, but not in between. Definitely not in between. Good. Push into the mounts of the fingers. Claw your fingers a lot. And we're shifting more and more weight towards your wrists, towards your hands, to your index finger mount, the mounts. And we're shifting more and more weight there. And as soon as we have almost all the weight there, we're jumping in, and then we're jumping out again. Good. And if you're doing this the first time, don't worry about it. Just 2 or 3 is completely enough. If you feel like, oh yeah, you know what, I can do more, then please go for it. If you're already more advanced, let's just do 10. So shift all the way to your mounts of the fingers again as you have them warmed up. Good. And then jump in and out. It should be very, very easy. Good. As soon as you did around 10, I didn't count, bend your knees a little, bring one hand up onto your thigh, then bring your other hand up onto your thigh. Start to step in left, right, left. Good job. Shake your wrists out a little, elbows your shoulders. I have a little bit of trouble breathing today, because my nose is kind of like so half stuck, and it feels like strange to breathe. Well, that's how it is, right? Other than that, we're doing fine. Good. So from here, check in with how your body feels. Let's bring the hands forward, pushing out of your wrists, drawing the fingers back towards you. Good. Now what that does, it's really, we're getting a little bit more into a handstand position. And don't be afraid if I say that. You decide how far you go. There's really no danger in what we're teaching here. So, of course, if there's any kind of pain coming up at any point in time, listen to that pain. You really need to do that, because I can't do that for you. So push out from the wrists, draw the fingers back towards you. Good job. How does that feel? And then release. Shake your wrists out, your elbows, your shoulders. Now keep on standing. Keep on standing. I'm coming just to my knees to show it to you. More clear way, bring your hands up. Push out of your wrists, draw the fingers back down towards you. Engage your belly a little bit. Pushing out of your shoulders, drawing the fingers back down to you. Good job. Good. How does that feel? And then release. Shake your wrists. Shake your elbows. Shake your shoulders. And like this, when we're doing that, we're really connecting a lot to like, oh, what's going on when we when we would be in a complete handstand, right? So in doing these kind of like warm-ups and everything really helps us in the end immensely, really a lot. Before we're coming into there, like the final like the high point of the yoga lesson, let's call it high point, we're doing some other things before going there. So let's come to the front of the mat, and this one might be difficult for a lot of you. Bend your knees, bring your hips to the back, and let your body come down. What we're doing here, you can bend your knees as much as doing kind of the same as. So we're shifting the weight over your hands. And difficult, you know? So please take care here. Way to your hands, all the way to your hands. Our feet are rather close to our arms, to our hands. Good. And then we're kind of like stepping back a little bit. Now, if you can do that, of course, straighten your legs. Otherwise, work where you are and bend your legs a little bit. Maybe cheat here and there a little tiny bit, right? So what we want to do, are, in the end, we want to shift forward and then step back, kind of like finding a rhythm in here even. So leaning forward, stepping back. Leaning forward, stepping back. And as soon as you found this, oh, you know what? This rhythm, then it starts to become easier. It's kind of like, oh wow, I can do that. It's not that too hard after all. It's just like, oh, how to do it. This is most of the time the most difficult part, like, oh, how to do it, right? And bring your hands down on the floor. Foot away from your feet. And shift all the way to your hands. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot, claw your fingers a little bit. And we're doing the same thing, but forward right now. So what we're doing is we're shifting all the way to our hands and then lifting the toes off the ground. So we're going 1 mat distance to the back and then 1 mat distance to the front. If that's too much for you, honor wherever you are, you're doing just fine. Keep it up. And we're just going further after this little one. Okay, this was good. And try to make the whole thing controlled. If you can. Good job. Yeah. Come up. Shake your legs out. Shake your arms. Great job. How does it feel? Before we go any further, let's do a little bit of a relaxation thing before we go further. So there's this one exercise that I really like to do from time to time here. It's called hugging the whole world. And here again, we're going to hug, so we're going to open up, right? So bring your hands in front of your heart together and start to warm up your hands. You can already close your eyes if you wish to, or if you don't know exactly what will be going on, feel free to look first, as long as you still can, right? Because we're going to have the hands over your eyes right now. So as soon as your palms are warm, bring your hands over your eyes and feel how the warmth is emitting from your palms onto your eyes. And then slowly release your hands down onto your face, closing your eyes completely. Feeling that you're giving your eyes a time to rest right now. Having the fingers connected onto your face. Slowly draw down with your fingertips, refreshing yourself as the rain would fall down your face. Draw your fingers down onto your face. Release them on your body slowly down and bring your arms up by your sides. Palms are pointing forward. Pick your arms a little bit over your shoulders. Good job. And from there, breathe in deep. We're getting long from your feet to the crown of the head. Now release that length that you found right now and we're pushing out from the shoulders to the fingers. Pushing out more, 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 more. Breathing in. And breathing out, releasing what you have found. And next thing we're doing, we're breathing in, we're extending the fingers away from each other. Extend the fingers away from each other. Good job. And release again. And now we're doing all the three things together. So we're breathing in. Get long from your feet to the crown of the head. Push out from the shoulders to the fingers. Extend the fingers away from each other. Think about hugging the whole world by breathing out and giving yourself a big, big, big hug. Good job. Knowing that you are enough, knowing that you're doing fine. Feel free to smile if you like to. Release your arms. Give yourself another hug, because one hug isn't enough. This time bring your other arm on top. Good. How are you breathing today? How is your body feeling? How are you feeling? Release your arms. Shake your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. Shake your legs. Good job. From here, we're coming into downward facing dog. One more time. We're going to do little jumps. So let's come forward into downward facing dog. Bend your knees, bring your hands to the floor, push into the nuts of the fingers, claw your fingers a little bit. Step back, downward facing dog, hips up into the sky. How does that feel? Now what you want to do here, again, really connect with the mounts of the fingers here. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot here. Good job, everybody. And from there, bend your knees a lot. Get long from your hands to your hips and start to do little jumps. Do little small jumps, everybody. Doing great. Little jumps. And from there, push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. And what that does, pushes us back down to the floor. This is what you want to also remember. As you're pushing into the index finger mount, it pushes us back down to the floor. As soon as you're a little bit more advanced, you can do bigger jumps. But small jumps are great. We just want to feel like the mounts of the fingers pushing into the floor. Good job. Now slowly come down, release your knees to the floor, big toes together. Untuck your toes. And you know what we're doing. A little bit of child's pose. So release your body forward and down, shoulders away from your ears. Release your body forward and down, breathing in deep. Good job. How does that feel? Can you breathe in deep? If there's any kind of stretch, breathe into that stretch a lot. Oh, good. Slowly come up. Good job. Now from here, let's do it. No, let's say, hey, that was enough. Let's do the final poses. And then let's calm yourself down a little bit. So dear friends, find a wall. Find a wall right now, come to a stand, and you decide how far you go. Now I'm just teaching you two variations today. The first variation, you can really find a lot in this first variation. So for me, I'm going to do it on a door, so even a door works as a wall. Bring your hands towards that door. Good. And then slowly step back until we are having a 90-degree angle at your hips. Now what you want to do here is push your mounts of the fingers into the door a lot. Pushing in a lot. Your head is in line with the spine currently. Just to begin with. Feel how your belly is engaged, your chest is engaged, and pushing into the mounts of the fingers again. Claw your fingers a little bit. And now additionally, what you can do is bring your head up a little tiny bit so that you can bring your gaze just between your wrists. Good job. And from there, really find the length again. Pushing out of your shoulders, pushing into the mounts of the fingers. Feeling what your legs are doing even. How does this feel? And then slowly come up. And this is a very good practice to go deeper into handstand. To start to get comfortable in handstand. Now, in the next variation, only if you want to do that, of course, you go there. Otherwise, you just stay here in variation 1. We're just doing these 2 variations today. So what we're doing is we're sitting down on the wall and we're measuring the distance with one leg. So if you like to do it or not, just watch me first. And then decide if you're doing it or not, right? So we're measuring the distance with one leg, then we're taking our palms and we're putting the palms where we put the heel, right? Good. Or the wrist where we put the heel. So we measured the distance and then we're pushing to the mounts of the fingers, clawing the fingers. And if possible, do it on a hard ground. It's not really great if you're doing it on the mat. My mat is rather flat. It's not like super soft. It's not like super hard, you know. Somewhere in between it works. However, if you can do it on a hard surface, you have much more control and much less way to hurt yourself, right? So do it on a hard surface if possible. Push into the mounts of the fingers here, index finger mount, and slowly step up on the wall. Good. Now having your hips again over, or in this 90-degree angle, having this 90-degree angle established as we had before. We push the mounts of the fingers into the ground, clawing your fingers and with your gaze looking just between your wrists. Good. And this is variation 2. And you decide which variation you're going to do right now, if you're going to practice one more time variation 1 or variation 2. It's great wherever you are. And even like if you feel like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm going to do variation 2 right now, knowing that even in the easier variations, if you want to call them easier, I don't like really the term easier, it's just like different, you know. And there's so much to explore in variation 1 as well. So looking between your wrists, pushing into the mounts of the fingers. Good. And then releasing. And it's basically just turned around. Doing the exact same things, but just turned around. Good job. Right now, let's come to the floor. And let's come to the floor. Good. From here, let's come a little bit closer. Slide down on the mat. Lie down on your back, listening and observing how you're moving. If you can. Good. How is your body? How are you feeling? I want to come away from like, how is your body feeling, to how are you feeling always, right? How are you feeling? Good. From there, pick your legs up. With your hands, grab in between your legs through onto the big toe mounts with the index finger and the mid on the big toe with the index finger and the middle finger, or with your whole hands on the outer edge of your feet. And from there, shift yourself to the right, to the left. Again, if you have any questions, if anything is unclear, always feel free to ask me. Extend the right leg, the left leg. Shift yourself to the right, to the left. And rocking a little bit. Right leg, the left leg, being a happy baby here, as this position is called, happy baby pose. Being a happy baby here. You're doing just fine. Good job, and release. Bring your arms by your sides, palms are pointing up, feet are facing away from each other. Just be. Right. Just be right now. We're coming into Shavasana. So feet are facing away from each other. You can spread your feet a little bit further. Or your legs. Bring your arms by your sides, palms are pointing up. Tuck your chin in a little bit. And have your eyes closed. And just be. Shavasana is there to let your whole being know that now the physical practice is over. The physical movement practice is over. You can return to your natural breath. And for that to happen, we just want to be. There's nothing to do here. This is one of the most difficult poses, as a lot of students like to just don't do that. But I'm sure you can do it. So just be. Just be. We'll get you back out of this position in just a half minute. Just be. Have your eyes closed. Deepening your breath. Start to move your fingers, start to move your toes. Whenever you're ready, shift yourself to either the left or the right side, coming to lie down on your side body. Softening the skin of the face, releasing all the tension in your neck, in your jaw, in your tongue, in your shoulders, oh the shoulders, in the arms, in the elbows, in the wrists, in the fingers, in the chest, in the belly, in your hips, in your whole spine, in your whole back, in your legs, in your knees, in your ankles, in your heels, in your toes. Release all the tension throughout your body. From there, breathe in deep, your belly into your chest, nurture yourself with the air that is coming in. Good job. And then breathing out, feeling how the gravity of the earth is carrying you. With your next breath in, lift yourself up, come into a final sitting position. As soon as you arrive, bring your hands in front of your heart together. As soon as you arrive, no hurries. Having your eyes still closed if possible, bow your head in front of your heart together, honoring your yoga practice. Namaste. Wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful night. If you're leaving right now, we're going to go further and explore a little bit more of yoga right now. So we're going to do mantra singing, pranayama, and then meditation. Release your arms, open your eyes, welcome back. Good. Dear friends, if you have any kind of questions, now's the time. We usually don't have a many questions session, I'm just answering them as we're going. If the questions are too big, I'm going to tell you, oh yeah, let's head over to the Discord. Let's check it out there. And again, sometimes I maybe can't answer all the questions. But, that's also good. You don't just want to have like a wrong answer, but you want to have the right answer. So I'm very much open to saying, hey, I don't know that, right? So it's a good thing. And then I will figure it out for you. So if you have something to drink here for yourself, feel free to drink now something. We're going further with the Mahamruti Shaya mantra. The Mahamruti Shaya mantra is there to really let go of things that are not serving you anymore in your life. Cristiano vibes, wonderful so far. I don't always feel like I'm doing it the best or correctly. I really enjoy following along. Thank you so much, Cristiano. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here today. Yeah, we met yesterday at Superhero Fitness channel, right? He's an awesome guy, really awesome. And thank you for tuning in, and hope you like it. My pleasure, been watching you going, lol. Cool. Now, we are here every day. I want to mention that. We're here every day. I'm just coming back from a little bit, let's just call it depression. A little bit of stepping back, a phase of reflection. Let's just call it all of that together. And we're going for 2 hours every day during Monday to Friday. And Saturday and Sunday we're kind of like doing whatever we want. If you have any kind of requests, let me know. If any questions you have, let me know. I get you. Awesome. Cool. So yoga is not just about physical practice. Yoga is about a lot of more than just physical practice. There's also a lot of philosophy involved, and a lot of like teachings. It doesn't really stop, It doesn't really stop. However, what we're doing here on this channel, we're really going a little bit deeper than most, and we're watching it as like a whole thing. So rather just like, oh yeah, we're taking care of our physical health, we're taking care of much more than that. We're taking care of our whole being in a sense. So, and there are different techniques of like doing that. Instead of like physical practice could be enough already, but I also want to like, maybe you're not resonating with what I'm going to do right now, and that's completely fine. However, it's here, I'm doing it for you to see like, oh, you know what, this is there for me at any point in my life. If I really want to go deeper into yoga and everything and experience it deeper, then you know what, I can do that, and I can do breathing practice, and I can do meditation. It's like there for me, it's waiting for me to be discovered. Life's tricky, yoga helps, definitely, yeah. So, I'm not really happy with how it looks right now. Why is it so big? Let me go a little bit closer. It's better like this. No. Let me just sit a little bit over here, then it's better. So, I'm new to yoga. Only been doing it alone or with Twitch these past months. Been to 2 in-person sessions in 2019. Okay, cool. So I'm very glad, Cristiano. I'm very glad, Cristiano. Appreciate you. And yeah, it's wonderful. Isn't yoga wonderful? It's like so much things to explore and to get to know. So and I want to share with you today some other practices that if you go deeper into yoga, you will discover. You will discover from other teachers. However, today I feel very honored to at least bring maybe this practice to you a little bit closer, which is singing, mantra singing to be specific. Mantra singing to be specific. So mantra singing is there to connect to meaning. So first of all, there's the mantra. Right now you can read it down below me. It's like in front of me, right? You can read it and connect to it. Like, okay, there's like this, I don't know what it means, right? I'm going to explain what it means. It basically means we're letting go of things that are not serving us anymore. This mantra here, this is called the Mahamrutin Shaya mantra, and it's very much there to, let's say it like this, it's the ultimate healing mantra. Again, it's there to letting go of things that are not serving you anymore. So and also to connect with death and to appreciate like death maybe, or to come into contact with death in one way or another, because letting go means, yeah, you know what? You're letting it die in one sense, right? And making ground for new things to grow. So this is the meaning of this Mahamrutin Shaya mantra. But there's more to it than that. There's also the vibrational quality of a mantra. The vibrational quality travels throughout your body as you are singing it. You will get additional insight from your voice of like, hey, you know what? It feels like I'm always speaking like that. For example, it could be the case, I'm always speaking like you are really high. Or it could be like, oh, I'm always speaking really, really deep. And with mantra singing, you can like get another physical, it's physical, you know, we're doing physical work here, we are singing, right? However, it's also like a lot of like mental, it's both connected. It's one thing that you learn when you're going into non-dual yoga classes, which I hope are most. And I'm sorry to maybe confuse you with all these different terms, and I'm sorry for that if they don't make that much sense to you right now. And I don't want to be like that. I like to be clear, and it's difficult, you know. It's not as easy. So the vibrational quality, as our voice creates this vibration, travels throughout our body, and it might connect to a certain thing, maybe to your throat, maybe to your head, maybe to your chest, to your belly, to wherever, right? And it will give you maybe additional insights. And especially if you're like new to it and maybe feel uncomfortable to it, I'm going to tell you that this is very much, in my opinion, not an esoteric practice, but it's rather like, you know, if you're a singer, you're automatically more connected to your throat, because you need to hit the notes on the right level and everything. And that's, at least for me, a little bit part of the practice. Next to also the meaning of the mantra, if that does make sense. No worries, keep at it. Good. So we're going to start here with the mantra. In this stream, I'm going to tell you I have currently in our arsenal 3 mantras. There will be like some other mantras coming up in the future. Like I have 2 more mantras in mind. They're rather easy also to perform on stream. And it's very much here for you to participate with, right? So how we're going to do it is I'm going to start and you're going to repeat. So especially you're very welcome to either just whisper, to either sing along, or to just listen if you like to just listen. So don't feel any kind of pressure. Yeah. The first time we're going to sing it through by I'm starting and you're repeating. And you will see how we're going to do it. It's call and repeat, call and repeat, call and response. Sometimes. Okay, I don't know what's going on right now, but that's good. It's going to be good. So I'm going to start and then repeat after me. Om Triambakam. Now repeat. Om Triambakam Yajamae Yajamae Sugandhem Sugandhem Pushti Pushti Vardhanam Vardhanam Urvaru Urvaru Kamiva Kamiva Bandhanan Bandhanan Rechur Rechur Mukshi Mukshi Amamritat Amamritat. Going to repeat it one more time, then taking more things together. Om Triambakam Om Triambakam Yajamae Yajamae Sugandhem Sugandhem Pushti Pushti Vardhanam Vardhanam Urvaru Urvaru Kamiva Kamiva Bandhanan Bandhanan Mrechur Mrechur Mukshi Mukshi Amamritat Amamritat. Let's take more into the repetition. Just follow along, repeat after me. Om Triambakam Yajamae Om Triambakam Yajamae Sugandhem Pushti Vardhanam Sugandhem Pushti Vardhanam Urvaru Kamiva Bandhanan Urvaru Kamiva Bandhanan Prechur Mukshi Amamritat Prechur Mukshi Amamritat. Let's take everything together. Sing together with me. If you can, just do your best. It's alright. Om Triambakam Yajamae Sugandhem Pushti Vardhanam Urvaru Kamiva Bandhanan Prechur Mukshi Amamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamae Sugandhem Pushti Vardhanam Urvaru Kamiva Bandhanan Prechur Mukshi Amamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamae Sugandhem Pushti Vardhanam Urvaru Urvarukamiva bandhanan Mrityur mukshiyam amritat Tiryambakam yajamaye Sugandhem pushti vardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanan Mrityur mukshiyam amritat Tiryambakam yajamaye Sugandhem pushti vardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanan Mrityur mukshiyam amritat Tiryambakam yajamaye Sugandhem pushti vardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanan Mrityur mukshiyam amritat. Last time. Tiryambakam yajamaye Sugandhem pushti vardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanan Mrityur mukshiyam amritat. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head in front of your heart together. Release your arms and open your eyes again. Welcome back. How did that feel? How did that feel to you? I'm very much a little bit, I'm not emotional that much, but today and yesterday I really felt emotional. I don't know what it is, but it just comes up. It's part of like my practice. It comes up. It's going on for me right now. It doesn't need to be for you going on right now. It's like all going on when you're ready. Very pleasant indeed. Wonderful to hear, Cristiano. And again, if you're thinking like, hey, you have some questions about mantras, let me know. If you have some questions about anything else, let me know. Because I'm very much I'm here for 10 years, like every day. That's what I'm committed here, to be live streaming every day for 10 years. And we're on the process together. It's not like everybody that comes in and communicates with me. I'm really trying to make valuable connections with some people that are helping out each other. I'm not just giving, I'm also receiving from you a lot. By you being here and just communicating with me, you're giving me a lot, and I appreciate that. And also there are a lot of people that come in and ask questions, and I'm tremendously grateful for that, because they are serving a growth. They're serving a tremendous amount of growth. And they realize that time and time again. Yeah. So if you need to drink something, drink something. Oh yes, I understand. I'm very emotional. I have amongst the highest percentage of ADHD and autism, so I'm very self-aware of senses, sounds, and sights. Love your enthusiasm for yoga and mantras. So are you? Okay. I have a dear friend that I'm just saying it, I'm currently, without kind of like telling you anything, like, I don't want to do an advertisement now for me, you know what I mean? Maybe it doesn't make sense. But I have a dear friend of mine that I have been together with like since I studied computer science. And as we studied, I also always wanted to reach out to him and kind of like tell him about some things, right? And either way, like tell him a little bit of like what he's doing wrong, you know. And these are little tiny things, but I could never reach out to him, and it didn't really work out. I couldn't really tell him what I was seeing, and I couldn't really help him. And I was a little bit annoyed by it, but hey, you know what? I can control another person's life, so I let it go, let it go. And then what happened in the last months, let's say like this, I started to coach him, and it kind of like all came in naturally. You know, it was not like forced from me, but like we at one point I think he was coming onto the stream and saying hi, and it was connecting more and more with me. And then we started to communicate, and we started to discuss a possibility where I can help him out a little. And it's just amazing to see his progress. And my dear friend has ADHD as well, and he's getting so much help in all the different aspects, but he was very much struggling a lot, and yeah, and it was beautiful to see how he managed, right, and how he still does, and that he's doing now so much better, and I'm so happy about it in a way. But and it really things like, hey, you know, this guy, he's doing so wonderful. I don't know why I wanted to tell you that, but it really kind of like tells me that I'm in one way on the right track, if that makes sense. Sometimes you feel like a wild horse, others like a sleeping cat. Yeah. It's vastly different for everyone indeed. Okay. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Cristiano. Sometimes, you know, you know, I feel so emotional. I don't get it. It's just strange. I never really cry on stream. I mean, there was this one incident where something very, very bad happened, and I really, that was another thing. But we're not there yet. Yeah, Abslap, happy you shared it with me. I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, it's just like that. Let's just embrace it and accept it how it is today. Yeah, I find stillness in yoga is the most difficult. I have so much emotions. I'm wondering 10 different things at any time. Yeah. How beautiful, you know. In my opinion, you know, it's not about stillness. It's about observing. It's about observing what is going on. In my opinion, it's not about stillness. Of course, there are different practices that sometimes teach about stillness, and say like stillness. But every time if somebody says like stillness and that, calmness of the mind, I'm instantly saying like, hey, okay, this guy doesn't really know what it's about, at least in my opinion, and kind of like, yeah, sure, man, you know. It's not, in my opinion, so I'm talking from myself out, right? In my opinion, it's about observing like what is going on. If you have 10 wonderful things going on inside your head, and you have 10 wonderful things going on inside your head, and connect with them. Connect with them and see what's going on, you know? And especially, I know it's hard. It's difficult. Maybe you lose the focus, right? All the time. And you can't really focus. And it must be very, very difficult. But as I would be teaching it, maybe not necessarily to you, maybe you have other practices that are working for you, maybe you have no practice that is working for you, maybe sitting down and meditation is not the right thing for you, right? But maybe something else is the right thing for you. Maybe it's right now not to say the right thing for you. Maybe it's a future thing of like, oh yeah, meditating and sitting down, then in the future it will be the thing for you. But right now it's maybe just like, hey, going for a walk. You know what? There's so much beauty in walks. There's so much relaxation in walks. That's unbelievable, and it's completely free. So why not go for a walk and see what's happening, see what's around you, observe every kind of like thing that comes up, every kind of like thought, without distracting yourself from what's going on, without listening to music, without looking on your phone, going out and for a walk. I should do that more often. I'm kind of like preach it, but I'm not doing it myself. I know I should do it more often. So, indeed, it's not for us to choose the way things are to go. If you let your thoughts float by like a river and relax, you don't need to control the path of each. Yeah, I love nature. Awesome. Hey, Shadow Gloom. Wait, how did that happen? Huh? I didn't get it. So Shadow Gloom somehow catch the star, but I don't see the jump thing. Wir sind gerade im Yoga unterrichten. Danke. And yeah. So, right now, what are we going to do? Again, we're going to do pranayama right now. And maybe this is something for you, Christiana. Maybe not. Try it out. What happens for me is quite astounding. Every time after it, I'm like, wow. My body feels completely different. I'm completely amazed by it. Even now, after like some years of yoga practice, I'm still completely baffled by it, like how my body feels, how I'm feeling. And you will see it as well in the way I speak. I don't want to like expect it, not at all, because it kind of like takes the magic away if you're kind of like expecting something in return of like when you're doing it. But yeah, it's very powerful. It's very powerful. So don't think about like what's coming up for you, what's coming out of it for you, but rather just like embrace the practice and trust that maybe something comes out of you. Maybe it's something for you. And pranayama is breathing practice. Pranayama is wonderful, and it's there. So most of the practices are there to calm your nervous system, especially the ones that I teach here. It's calming the nervous system. It's like guided meditation. It's very empowering, isn't it? I have listened to mantras on YouTube for years. Oh, wonderful. It's like guided meditation. Yeah, a little bit like mantras, yes. Yeah, I think you could call that a little bit like that. Pranayama, however, is not meditation. Pranayama is calming your nervous system. It's different from meditation. You need to set their boundary because otherwise it gets all blurry. And because pranayama has a reason why we're doing this. We are wanting to calm the nervous system. We're not really expecting that it does that, but we're rather like, we're thinking about, nervous system, calm down, right? That's what we're doing. In meditation, that's another thing. It's more individual. In my opinion, in meditation, it's very much individual what you want to achieve, what your goals are in meditation, right? In pranayama, there's like calming your nervous system. You want to feel in a kind of like a restful state in one way. So let's start. Let's start. I really need to keep a little bit going. We're just talking the whole thing through today. It's kind of like amazing. However, we need to keep on going a little. Otherwise, we never finish. So first of all, try to clean your nose if that's possible for you, because I've got a little bit like a stuck nose. Let me also clean my nose. We're just doing square breathing. Square breathing is one of the very easy practices, even easier than alternate nostril breathing, which we're also teaching here on stream. And it's also very powerful. These are two different, but also are kind of like in their effect similar, but different, you know? Maybe you like the one and maybe you dislike the other. And good, let's start. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out through your nose. Breathe in through your nose again. At any point in time, the following breathing practice would become suffocating to you. Come out of it. Take a deep breath in together with me. And then breathe out. And we're starting. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale again. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale again and continue on your own. You can count up to 8 to 12 to 16. Don't worry if you lose your wherever you are, just start again. We're going for a round of like 3 minutes. Enjoy. I also join in right now. Next time you breathe in, breathe out. Come back to your natural breath. See how your body, no, see how you're feeling right now. See how you're feeling right now. And at least for me, it's always astonishing to see it. Now that I really said it before, it feels different. It doesn't feel that intense. However, it always feels like there's a different quality. This different quality of speech before the breathing practice and after. It's like a relaxed speech. I wished I could talk like that all the time. Really feels so much more comfortable. And yeah, I know I will get there at one point. But I'm not that teacher yet. I'm still having a big, long way to go. And maybe, Cristiano, I can share another wonderful teacher that blew up during the little bit of time here on Twitch, because she's just amazing. And with her, she has the quality integrated of calmness in her teaching. And that's so incredibly beautiful to see within her. So I wanted to share where I like to go to, like in the future, how I like a little bit to come a little bit more similar than her. Like, not that I want to become the same, but her speech is so calming. Her speech is so calming and wonderful. So maybe you know I Ping Tai Chi already. Oops, I've written it wrongly. And she's just amazing, you know. She's just amazing. And she has this inner calmness of the voice, always. And you see that she's integrated her practice, completely embodying the Tai Chi practice, completely from head to toe. And it's so wonderful to see that. It's so incredibly powerful to see that within a teacher that is so passionate, so profound. You really need to check her out. She's absolutely, in my opinion, a little bit unique. I mean, I know other people that are like that, and I completely honor such people. And another person like that will come onto the podcast that I very much adore. So I'm doing podcasts here on this channel sometimes. In like, I feel like a little bit more than a month, this person probably will come on here, and he's a break dancer, and he's just completely amazing. Like how he's talking, how his presence in a room, it's mind-baffling. It's just like, how does he do that? I don't understand it. He just has it. This wonderful calm presence that when you go into a room, you kind of like see how you're talking, and you're like, wow, okay, yeah. You know, he's right. And it's just amazing. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, I missed there. Indeed, very pleasant. I like her a lot. Have you seen Yoga Hana? Yeah. He makes me feel very calm and capable. Yeah, Yoga Hana was on my podcast as well. If you like to check that out, by the way, you know what? I'm going to send you the link. It's one of my let's just say it. It's one of my favorite podcasts that I did together with Yoga Hana, and it's completely amazing. Especially if you're a man and you want to get more into yoga, I really, really suggest you to maybe check out the podcast that I did there together with Yoga Hana, because we really went over a lot of great topics that are important, like for people that are maybe like a little bit afraid of like going into real life yoga lessons, and to feel afraid like being accepted there into like these, and knowing what it takes to go into real life yoga lesson, knowing how you should behave, knowing kind of like these little specific details that are not taught for like men. They are not taught for men, and they are so important because we want to have more men in yoga. We want to have more men in yoga because it's like strange. It's like strange. It's becoming like this feminine power thing, or not feminine. Yeah, let's just call it like a very feminine thing, which isn't the case in actuality. Of course, now that I'm saying that when I'm very emotional and everything, it's like strange. But hey, yeah, I'm very much connecting myself as I'm seeing myself. I'm connecting myself a lot to kind of like the masculinity and the femininity, not connecting just to one, but rather to both, if that makes any sense to you. I don't know. So here you go, my friend. Oh, fun. How do I find it? I just shared it here. Absolutely, yes. I have been like one of the only guys every time I went to yoga classes. Yeah, that's how it is, Cristiano. And that's exactly what we're discussing in this podcast. And just go back to the beginning and listen everything through to not miss out on anything. Yeah, Tony is amazing. So Yoga Hana is amazing. I like him a lot, man. I like him a lot. He's really doing profound work here, and his exercises. He's a great teacher. He's a great teacher. He's probably better than me. He's different. Let's say like he's not better than me. He's different. So he has much deeper understanding about the body than me, definitely. However, I'm going more into like different practices in yoga, like going deeper into pranayama, going deeper into mantra singing, go deeper into meditation. And I think we're both doing a wonderful job, if I say so myself. And I honor him deeply. You're two pieces of the same puzzle. Yeah, I guess. So, dear friend, or dear friends in here, we're going for meditation right now. And again, Cristiano, please don't force yourself to do that. I think that maybe you're better off like doing your own practices, especially as you're already explored like, oh yeah, how it is, like with ADHD, what can I do, what can't I do, please listen to yourself. However, I can't hold you back, like, right, if you want to join, then join. If you want to try out. However, it's going to be very quiet. It's going to be very quiet. What we're doing here is we're going for 25 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of Shavasana. I'm going to instruct that. If you're just like to join in for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes, for 1 minute, you can do that. I'm going to sit down, give you the instructions, I'll give everybody the instructions, and then I will be quiet. I will be quiet, completely quiet for like around 23 minutes-ish. And then I will get you back out of it, lying down on the floor, and we're coming out of it together. However, again, this is one kind of meditation practice, right? And there are different ways of doing it. For example, you could go for a walk, as I said, is like just amazing. Just going for walks is amazing, and it has a meditation aspect to it. Especially if you go in a forest, you're just doing beautiful. Other than that, you could watch your walk very, very carefully, like really carefully stepping down. If you need additional meditation sources, please let me know. I can guide you to the very best meditation source there is on the internet. That's completely free. You'll find it in my Discord in the yoga resources. It's a Coursera course, and it's, in my opinion, the very best thing you can do to learn a little bit more about meditation, about the big context, without committing yourself to like mindfulness or anything else. But it takes a toll. It's not easy to do that course. It takes some time. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord. Yeah. And in the Yoga Resources tab, there's like the Coursera course that is linked above. Demystifying Mindfulness. I did that course some years ago. It's just amazing. You're getting to know a lot of context, which is very important for your meditation practice. If you really want to get going in your meditation practice, then it's important to have a lot of context, because the context helps you stay with the meditation. If you don't have any context, then you're kind of losing like the sense, okay, why am I doing this? All these answers, they are not answered. And if you're getting this context, you can start to answer these questions yourself, instead of like always feeling like you need to reach out to somebody else and to get these questions that are inside of you answered. So dear friends, we're starting now with the meditation. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask me in the Discord. We're going for 25 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of Shavasana. I like hearing your thoughts of yoga a lot. You're very wise and well spoken. Thank you so much, Cristiano. And you know, just yesterday I posted something on Reddit, and I felt like, you know, I'm not everywhere at the knowledge that I have right now. And of course, the knowledge that I have, I can share, but there's some holes within it, like that I really need to put in some works. Thanks so much for your comment, though. Really appreciate it. So come to a wonderful sit again. At any point in time, if you like to change your sit, please feel free to change your sit at any point in time. It doesn't matter if you're changing your sit or not. Please make it comfortable. Please make it comfortable for yourself. You don't need to force yourself through a sit that doesn't feel comfortable. At least that's how I'm teaching it. There are other people that are teaching it differently. And we're going to start right here, right now. And you're seeing the instructions to the right. I will give you the instructions. The instructions to the right are just there for people that are coming in late. So if anybody comes in late and doesn't know what's going on here, and can quickly read on the right side, oh yeah, you know what, we're doing meditation here. Okay, I see. And from here, we're sitting up tall, tall, tall. Bring your arms wherever they feel comfortable to you. You can also mirror me if you like. Close your eyes or have them open as you like. And from there, and maybe close your eyes. It's better if you can. If you can close your eyes, if that's not possible, feel free. And all what we're doing in here is we're observing the breath. We're observing your inhale. We're observing the exhale. Maybe feeling that your inhale that is coming in is slightly colder than your exhale that is going out. So your exhale is slightly warmer. Just observing your breath without changing your breath. Observing your breath without changing your breath. Whenever you lose the connection to your breath, and you come to your thoughts. It's completely all right. Observe your thoughts. Observe what's going on. And slowly, effortlessly, let your thoughts go. Let them dissolve slowly without pushing them away. Preferring, again, your breath. Observing your breath, observing your inhale again, observing your exhale again. Don't judge yourself here. You're doing just fine. It's all part of the process. It's part of the process that you lose the connection of your breath sometimes. And maybe one day you will just be in your thoughts all the time, and that's fine. Maybe even for a few days, maybe even for longer time periods. That's completely fine. And maybe one day you will just be with your breath all the time, and that's completely fine. Know that you are on your path, and your path is beautiful. Again, if you wish to come out earlier, please lie down on the floor for a moment, for a minute or two, and then come back to whatever is going on in your day, wherever you are. Enjoy. Or just be. I'll be quiet right now. more time. Connect to your breath. Slowly, without pushing away your thoughts. Observing your inhale. Observing your exhale. And come and lie down on the floor. Your time, no need to hurry. If possible, have your eyes closed. Extend your legs. Feet are facing away from each other. Arms are lying by your sides. Palms are pointing up. Tuck your chin in a little and just be. You don't need to focus on your breathing here anymore, but just be. Just be. Whenever you're ready, Start to move your fingers. Start to move your toes. Start to move your arms a little. Maybe your wrists, your legs. Lean to one side, come to one side. If you like to yawn, yawn, and slowly come up by your side. Everybody, thank you so much for joining today. I hope you're feeling great. I hope you're feeling good. If you're feeling bad, honoring that as well. Honoring maybe your sadness, honoring your emotions that are going on. Honoring whatever it is that is going on in your body and accepting it. So, everybody who's in here, thank you so much for being here. Cristiano? In case I fall asleep, leaving a note here. Have a wonderful sleep, have a wonderful rest. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We definitely do, Jamie. Jamie, thank you for being here. Everybody who has been in here. Lots of love and blessings out to you. Love and blessings out to you. And right now, all these lessons will be going up to YouTube, of course. So if you like to check out my YouTube channel, feel free to do that. Other than that, we're right now heading over to somebody else. And tomorrow morning, we'll be streaming. So in about 10 hours, we're in approximately, really exactly like 10 hours, we're going to be on again. So 10 hours from now, we're going to be on and again. If you'd like to join in with us, feel free. Shall we head over to Primitive Rage? I love Primitive Rage. Let's give him some love, dear friends. He's amazing. He's a wonderful creator. So we are going to raid with love. And let's say hello to him. Let's say hello to him. He's amazing. He has a lot of muscles. What else is there to say? He's just great. I love this guy. And he has a lot of knowledge. He's a cool dude. That's about it. That's all there is to say, and that's why I love to rate him, right? Okay, dear friends, with that said, lots of love out to you. Love and blessings. Give some love further from this lesson over to Primitive Rage. Give him some love, and I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye, see you soon. See you around, guys.